Welcome to Canada One Television. I'm your host Arif Sheikh with my show, Uninterrupted with Arif Sheikh. I have been conducting this show for so many years, and there are very few shows that I'm very excited before even I conduct them. And then there are shows when I'm finished them, then I would like to love and see them again because I'm excited about those shows. Why I'm excited about this show today? Because I will be mainly talking to a gentleman who basically belongs to the area where I practice mainly. And this is the financial area. There are so many complaints, there are information. Due to the websites, due to the global information, there are so many information people are retrieving from websites, from WhatsApp groups, from podcasts, from TikTok, from Twitter, from everywhere. How those information are impacting your financial behavior, that is very important. And for this, Ontario Security Commission has come up with a program where they are trying to educate the retail investor. Today we have with us a person who is leading this initiative within the Ontario Security Commission. We're going to ask simple questions which directly impact you, where you are looking for questions and answer as well. I have with me Taylor Fleming. He is the Director, Investor Office at the Ontario Security Commission. Taylor, thank you very much for joining and coming to my show.
Thank you for having me.
Before I ask you a question, I would like to know, especially my viewers would like to know your background in financial industry. So how long you are there and when did you join the Ontario Security Commission?
Sure, I've been at the Ontario Securities Commission for just over 7 years now, and I joined to launch and lead the Investor Office, which is the group that I lead at the OSC. Before that, I spent 6 years at the Financial Ombudsman, the Ombudsman for Banking Services and Investments. So I've been in the financial regulatory space for about 12 years now.
Okay, so in the last 12 years, what is the major thing you're facing every day? Like is the complaints, fraud, what is going on? Where you think, why and you come up with this initiative of education and giving education to the general retailer investors?
Sure. So as part of my role at the Ontario Securities Commission, which is the capital markets regulator here in Ontario, we do a lot of activities to educate and protect people and help them get smarter about money and protect against fraud. You asked what I've seen over 12 years. I'd say one of the constant themes is that it's always changing, right? There are always new products, new issues confronting investors. You mentioned all the sources of information, TikTok, social media, influencers, all sorts of ways people get information. But at the same time, there are always fraudsters trying to get you and your money, and they're always trying to stay ahead of you. So one of the things we're doing is meeting people where they are, speaking their own language to help them know how to protect their money and protect against fraud.
So I noticed while I was reading your profile on the Ontario Security Commission website, I noticed when you started this new initiative, you are the first director. So there was no footprint, there was no plan. So you came up with the whole idea or with how this whole department will work?
Well, the Ontario Securities Commission recognized the need to do more to protect and engage with retail investors, which is my focus. And so I joined the OSC in 2015 and helped build the vision and build the team that's doing that. Our activities include developing investor policy, conducting research, but also financial education. Our website, Get Smarter About Money, it's Canada's most visited financial education website, and we do many other activities, including through social media, community events, and meeting people in the community where they are.
Okay, so that basically leads me to my the next question. Canada is a multicultural country, immigrants coming from each and every part of the world. So diverse communities living, especially in Ontario. How you reach them? Do you have any direct access to them, or you're always using the social media or websites?
Yeah, it's a great question. And so we're lucky to live in a country like Canada with people coming from all over the world.
No doubt.
And we know that we need to meet people and educate them where they are, including in their own language. So when people are new to the country, they might not know the Ontario Securities Commission, they might not know the financial landscape, they might not know who to call if there's a problem. And so we're doing a lot of activities, including meeting with you today to help spread the word. It's really important for us to meet people where they are, speak their language. And we do a lot of activities in that respect. One website that we have, it's called Investing Introduction. It's available in 22 languages, including Urdu, Hindi, and many others, including English and French, of course. And we offer information on how to protect your money, how to contact the Ontario Securities Commission, what some warning signs of fraud are, and what the financial products and services are in Canada. So again, that's investingintroduction.ca. We encourage everyone to take a look.
While in this industry, because I am also the part of the same industry, and we receive all those weekly newspapers, news articles, letters, and all those. One of the area which I always see that the regulators are trying to catch all those people who are making or doing fraud with people. So many, every week we read this, they caught this guy, they got this organization, and punish them as well. Do you have any data available that in the last couple of years, what is the statistics available for the fraudulent activities related to investments?
Yeah, so fraud is such a big problem. There's so many sad stories out there. Like I said, the criminals are always trying to find ways to separate you from your hard-earned money. So the most recent year, the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre Canadians reported over $381 million in fraud. About half of that was investment fraud. And the thing is that that's an understatement because we know fraud is an underreported crime.
Exactly.
Many people do not report fraud, often because they're embarrassed or a sense of shame. One of the things I would say is that there's nothing to be ashamed about. Anyone can become a victim of fraud. If you're rich or poor, old or young, the fraudsters are targeting anyone, and anyone can become a victim of fraud. One thing we do ask everybody is, even if you're embarrassed or worried what people will think, please give us a call. Please let us know, because if you've become a victim or you know a victim, the odds are that there's many other people out there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, so please give us a call. Our phone number at the Ontario Securities Commission is 1-877-785-1555. Give us a call. We can answer your questions, we can look into matters for you, or we can direct you to the right place. But either way, please give us a call and let us know right away.
Beautiful. I think my viewer, this is very important. The telephone number, we'll bring it on the screen as well. Note down this number. It's very simple. Ontario Security Commission, you can go to their website. The contact information is there. Make sure if you are a victim of fraud, come up, speak up, talk to them. Maybe they are there to help you. Maybe you can try to avoid this for other people. Tyler, I'll go to one of the easy target. When we do all this study, we find out one of the easy target, other than seniors, is the ethnic communities, the new immigrants coming, the people who have language barrier, those who have very less knowledge of Canadian financial system. How you are trying to reach those community and educate them?
Yeah, no. So again, anyone can become a victim of fraud. But you're right, there are some ways that fraudsters approach victims. And one of the ways that they do is by gaining people's trust. And that's often through cultural or community affiliation or groups. So whether it's through your mosque or temple or through your sports club, whether it's hockey or cricket, people try to approach you and gain your trust in order to defraud you. So there are certain frauds that we have seen that new Canadians can be victims of. Again, it can happen to anybody, but one of the general groups of fraud that we see is what's called affinity fraud. Again, that's where someone approaches you through a cultural or community affiliation, gains your trust, and then takes advantage. That can happen to anybody, and it's really devastating because this is someone you felt you were close to, that you believed in and trusted with your money. So we see a lot of that. There's also some other frauds that happen a lot in new Canadian and cultural communities. One of them is what's sometimes called a grandparent scam, although it can be any family member. This is where a fraudster impersonates often a grandchild in calling a grandfather or grandmother, says that they're in trouble with the law. Don't tell mom, don't tell dad, but I need money to get out of jail. Don't tell them, please wire me the money or send me the money right away. I need your help. And sometimes they impersonate the phone number as well. It might look like a real phone number from a family member. And so often, because the grandparent or any loved one wants to help their relative, they do it quickly. They don't necessarily look into it. They don't tell the fraudsters or the kids' parents, and then by the time they realize it was a scam, the money is long gone. It's very, very sad. Another type of fraud that is common is what's called a romance scam. So this is where people make a connection through a dating website or app. Maybe the victim is lonely or is widowed or is new to the country and doesn't know as many people or have as big of a network. So either way, they trust this person who's showing them affection through these channels and pretending to be somebody else. And then eventually over time, they start to ask for money or start to ask for other property or favors. And again, it's just a scammer. And by the time the person realizes, the money's already long gone.
Beautiful. This information is very important. And I love it the way you explain it, because the name you gave, grandparent fraud or the romance fraud. So on your website, if my viewer will go, they'll find some detail of this type of thing, or some stories or information?
Absolutely. So our website is getsmarteraboutmoney.ca. Again, it's Canada's most visited financial education website, and we have many other resources there, but including information on different types of frauds and scams, the red flags of fraud, also ways to save for retirement, save for your kids' education. We've got hundreds of articles and calculators and tools to help you with your money.
Beautiful. Those telephone calls coming, sometimes people calling that I'm calling from a government department. This is also the part of the same financial frauds, asking for money to pay, that you owe money to a department.
So there's all sorts of frauds, and yes, that is one type of fraud, protecting the CRA scam, the Canada
CRA and Service Canada.
Yeah, there's often many frauds like that.
Yeah.
So again, fraudsters are always thinking of new ways to separate people from their money. So one of the things we do is remind people that there's often some common red flags of fraud, regardless of the type of scam that it is, whether it's the phone scam, grandparent scam, or others. And I can give viewers a few of those red flags right now. So
why not? So in fact, that was my next question, that how do you stop these fraudsters? So why not you give this information? What are the red flags?
Sure. So some red flags of fraud include pressure to buy. So if someone's trying to make you make a decision on the spot or rush a decision, that is a big red flag.
Okay.
Legitimate investment opportunities. You will always have the time you need to do your research, to think about it, to consult an expert advisor. So if you're pressured to buy, that's a big red flag. Another big red flag is if you're promised high returns, guaranteed high returns with little to no risk. That's a big red flag. So generally, the higher potential return of investment, the higher the risk. Similarly, the lower the risk of investment, the lower the potential return. So if someone's saying, it's high returns guaranteed, you're going to get it for sure, that's a big red flag. And then the third red flag, I would say, is that anyone selling an investment or giving investment advice must be registered with their local securities regulator. And so take the time to check that the person you're dealing with is registered. If they're not registered, that's a big red flag. So again, contact the OSC, 1-877-785-1555. We can help you determine if they're registered. We can help you get some additional information on the potential investment and answer any other questions you may have.
Beautiful. So one of the key information which Tyler gave just in 30 seconds ago, that when you're dealing with individual, make sure they are properly registered with the regulators. Ontario Security Commission, again, go to their website, the information is there. Some of the regulators you need to work with, like MFDA, and then the FIRSA, which look after the insurance, and then mutual fund. Make sure you go and find out the person you're dealing is properly licensed to sell those products. Current market, because again, investment goes with the market as well. Current market economy is very bad. Right now, the interest rate is going up, markets are going down, people are losing their money, the growth is almost vanished. What is your advice to the people in this regard? What should they do in this type of situations?
Yeah, you're right. It's very difficult times.
Yes.
So real estate's going down, the markets are volatile. Inflation is taking more and more people's money if they're not getting more on their paycheck.
Yeah.
It's been very turbulent times. So that's stressful for people and for managing their finances. Our website, getsmarteraboutmoney.ca, does have many different resources for people, including tips on managing during inflationary times and during times of market volatility. We have many resources on the website, but I would say there's different things that you can do, including managing your budget, preparing a new budget, evaluating your investment objectives, talking to your advisor if your circumstances have changed or your objectives have changed. We've got many different resources on our website to help you with your money these days.
One of the areas, especially in the South Asian community where I belong to, the parents are very much touchy about their children, about their education, their health, their well-being. What resources are available where parents can save for their children towards their education and for their future as well?
Yeah. Well, our children are our future.
Yeah.
Our website has many different resources for saving for university or post-secondary education, many different spreadsheets and budget worksheets to help people plan. Also, a lot of information on registered educational savings plans, RESPs, what those are, how they work, how you can contribute. Again, we've got that on our website. And then beyond education, we've got resources around getting married, starting your career, saving for retirement,
Okay.
many different other life events that can help people navigate life's journey.
So the information is not limited to the RESP, so it's all to talk about retirement, RRSPs, and other stuff.
Yeah.
And getting married, what need to be done, what to see, how to prepare those agreements type of thing, everything, those information.
All that sort of information. Yeah,
Those
we've got
are-
hundreds of articles and tools on our website.
One of the area of investment which is in the media, social media, everywhere. As soon as you go on a search engine and you type investment, you know the first thing come up is cryptocurrency. And the reason, because the search engine optimization is working, they're putting it on the top. And there are people, and I personally know that there are victims of fraud in the cryptocurrency. I definitely want you to give some information to my viewer about cryptocurrency, the background, and how they can protect themselves and what they need to know before investing into cryptocurrency.
No, it's a great question and one that we get all the time. Crypto as an industry, as a new industry, and as an asset class, it's gotten a lot of attention. We get questions all the time. People want to know what is this about? How do they trade or they buy crypto? What are the protections that are in place and how are they regulated? So we actually have another website called Get Smarter About Crypto that provides information on all of that, as well as how to protect against frauds and scams. You know, crypto, there's been declines in the market as of late, but there's still a lot of interest and there's still a lot of legitimate companies. One thing we would say is that it's really important to work, again, with a registered crypto asset trading platform. Currently, there are 9 in Ontario that are registered with the Ontario Securities Commission.
Okay.
If they're registered with us, it means we know who they are. There are investor protections in place. So always deal with a registered crypto asset trading platform. You're right, there's all sorts of advertisements, companies based in foreign locations, not based here in Canada.
Yeah.
So you need to do your homework and make sure that they are registered here in Canada so that you're better protected.
Okay, so while you were talking about this different agencies, so you said there are 9 crypto platforms which are registered with you. So they are listed on your website?
They're listed on the OSC website, yes.
So the information is available.
Correct.
What can people do to protect themselves from this crypto fraud other than this? Like I know you can go to your website and read those 9 platforms. What else they need to be vigilant about it? What should people do?
So it's important to understand what you're investing in and the specific opportunity. So, you know, don't just rely on, you know, something you heard on social media or celebrity endorsement. You might have seen Kim Kardashian in the U.S. was just...
And those endorsements are going everywhere.
Right,
huh?
right.
Super Bowl, you see all this.
That's right. Lots of money. Matt Damon had an ad for Crypto.com, which is not yet registered here in Canada.
Exactly.
No, it's very important to do your homework. So again, go to our website. You can get more information. Understand what you're investing in. Like any investment, crypto can carry risk, right? Any investment carries some amount of risk. So it's important to know you're dealing with a registered and legitimate opportunity and to understand what you're investing in.
Okay. 2 last questions, and both are very important questions. I think all questions are important, but these are most important. When a person should contact Ontario Security Commission, at what stage, right, while they are investing or they are talking to someone or while they are already a victim of fraud, what is the stage when they should contact you?
So you can contact us with any sort of inquiry or complaint. We can help you determine if a company is registered, if an investment opportunity is legitimate, but also you can contact us, please contact us right away to report a fraud or a potential fraud, because again, if it's happening to you, it's probably happening to many more people. But call us on any question. The contact center can also refer you to our resources, including the websites I mentioned, like getsmarteraboutmoney.ca, where we've got many articles and tools for people to help them with their money. So contact us anytime. Again, the phone number is 1-877-785-1555.
We will definitely make sure that all these, the phone number or the website, Mr. Fleming mentioned in the interview, all this will be on our website. Just take note of it and we'll provide you this information. Last thing, because many people from our community, especially South Asian community, are watching you right now. What will be the general advice? One important general advice you would like to, I would like you to talk to the camera directly and give one general advice which can help people to protect themselves, their money, their valuable assets from all these fraudulent people.
Sure. So the Ontario Securities Commission is the regulator of the Ontario capital markets. We've got many resources available to help you, including in your language. So visit getsmarteraboutmoney.ca, where we've got hundreds of tools, articles, resources available to help you protect your money and manage your money. And give us a call if you ever have any questions at 1-877-785-1555. 785-1555.
Tyler, thank you very much for giving time and coming on my show. It was definitely nice talking to you. And I mentioned, before even the program started, I was very excited. And now I'm more excited because I got a lot of information as well. And we can definitely send this information to our viewer. And if we can protect few people, I think we have done a great job.
It's so important. So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So please make sure that you spread this program, give it to others as well. Let the information goes to those as well. Maybe we have vulnerable people within our community, within our families, and they need information. Next week we'll come up with a new program with a new guest as well. Make sure you take care of yourself. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.